Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to discuss a topic that touches the very core of our humanity: assisted dying. While the debate around the issue is complex and deeply personal, I believe it is crucial to uphold the sanctity of life and recognise the dangers of the slippery slope that legalising assisted dying could lead us down. The sanctity of life. At the heart of this debate lies the principle of the sanctity of life. Life is a precious gift, and its intrinsic value should be respected and protected. Every human being, regardless of their condition or prognosis, has an inherent dignity that must be honoured. Legalising assisted dying undermines this fundamental principle by suggesting that some lives are less worth living than others. It sends a message that ending a life can be a solution to suffering, rather than seeking to alleviate that suffering through compassionate care and support. The slippery slope. One of the most compelling arguments against assisted dying is the slippery slope it creates. Once we accept the notion that it is permissible to end a life under certain circumstances, it becomes increasingly difficult to draw a clear line. What begins as a measure for those with terminal illnesses could gradually expand to include individuals with chronic conditions, disabilities, or even those experiencing psychological distress. This progression is not hypothetical. It has been observed in jurisdictions where assisted dying has been legalised. In countries like Belgium and the Netherlands, the criteria for assisted dying have broadened significantly since its introduction. Initially intended for those with terminal illnesses, it now includes individuals with non-terminal conditions and even psychiatric disorders. This expansion raises serious ethical concerns about the protection of vulnerable populations and the potential for abuse. The role of palliative care. Rather than turning to assisted dying, we should focus on improving access to high-quality palliative care. Palliative care aims to relieve suffering and improve the quality of life for patients with serious illnesses. It addresses not only physical pain, but also emotional, social, and spiritual needs. By investing in palliative care, we can provide compassionate support to those at the end of life without resorting to measures that compromise the sanctity of life. As an aside, those who take opiates illicitly often describe experiencing a sense of bliss. So in many respects, the science already exists to alleviate suffering. Do we really need yet another excuse to sanction even more murder, suicide, and early loss of life in the UK? In conclusion, while the desire to alleviate suffering is noble, we must be cautious about the means we choose to achieve this goal. Upholding the sanctity of life and recognising the dangers of the slippery slope are essential in ensuring that we protect the most vulnerable among us. Let us commit to providing compassionate care and support, affirming the value of every human life. I call on all of you who value the sanctity of life, including those touched by religiosity, because here is a case where the wisdom of Scripture is obvious, to join me in standing up against this dangerous and regressive step. Rise up. Thank you.